This is the Big MJ Debate, the show that discusses the most exciting, divisive, controversial, and hilarious goings-on within the Michael Jackson fan community. I'm Pez Jax, and I'm ready to get into today's topic with my co-hosts. The girl was bad, the girl was dangerous, she must have been Shah McLachlan.
Hi.
And last episode, he started a Justice for Debbie Rowe petition. So far, it only has one name on it. It must be Ilya Mazzani.
Oh, that was good.
Ready for episode 14? Let's take it to the max. Michael's albums are phenomenal works of art. And though we love them, every fan has that one song that makes them want to reach for the skip button. Today, we're giving ourselves the freedom to remove that song from each of Michael's solo albums. But to make things harder, we're going to have to remove 2 songs each. This is a challenge. Do you accept?
It was tough, but I completely accept.
Guess we're gonna have to.
Fine. So we're going to start with Michael's solo work from Epic, just because that's where things get a little more exciting. And I think if we was to do the Motown stuff, nobody really cares what you kick off of Forever Michael or Ben.
They're coming.
Or maybe you do.
They're coming for you.
First up is Off the Wall, 10 tracks. And for me, this is one of Michael's best works. It's like, I'm going to say this for every album, by the way, so just be ready for that. Who wants to be brave enough to list the 2 songs that they would kick off the wall first? All right, fine. I'll go. Silence from the courtroom floor. So the first song that would be getting a boot for me would be Girlfriend.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you say?
Immediately no. Immediately no.
No. Hold. I thought I knew you. What do you mean no?
I love Girlfriend. It's a wee slow jam. It's innocent. It's cute. It's sweet. I love it.
Who invited
It's Paul
her?
McCartney.
Okay, anyway, moving on from the Paul McCartney comment. Why would you remove Girlfriend and not my 2 that you don't know yet?
Well, the reason I would remove Girlfriend is because it's probably the most un-Michael song on the album, and it's a cute little song, but it's not Michael. It's Paul McCartney, and I don't like it that much. But my second song that I would kick off would be She's Out of My Life. And the reason I would be booting that song to the curb is because the demo version is a million times better and should have made the album. And there were better songs he could have put in its place on tour. And also Sunset Driver could have been on Off the Wall in its place. So Girlfriend and She's Out of My Life are my 2 selections. Argue with the wall.
No, I'm 100% with you. Those are my 2 as well.
Okay, well, I'm going to be hated. So, yes, I did agree. She's Out of My Life. I can appreciate it for what it is on... Like, it's the sad moment we have on that album, okay? My other selection...
If you say I can't help it, I'm going to hang up on you.
Don't be ridiculous. It was It's the Fallen in Love. I know, I'm sorry. I was...
Right, no, you need to justify this disgraceful behaviour.
The only reason is because I skip it. I don't ever think, oh yeah, I really want to go listen to It's the Fallen in Love. I like the song. We had to pick 2, and I listened to Girlfriend more. I'm sorry, I do.
I think It's the Falling in Love intro is a bit weak, but other than that, the overall song is quite good. So I'll stick to my 2.
I like the song. I just listen to Girlfriend more. I really like It's the Fallen in Love. She's Out of My Life. I never listened to. I'll admit that.
I think
I'm just disgusted, dismayed, horrified, offended.
We're only on album 1, so
no, this is just the beginning.
But It's the Falling in Love is such an amazing song, and you can literally hear him smiling at the end when he's singing.
I know.
I love it. It's one of my favourites.
And I feel sad about kicking that off, but we had to choose two. Now, when we originally suggested doing this episode, there was only one, and Pez was like, let's do two, that's harder. So actually, I'm just going to revert all the anger back to you.
No, because when girlfriend was an option to boot off as She's Out of My Life, you had it and you didn't take it. So you're not reverted to me because you're at fault.
No. Okay, well, I stand by my decision.
Do we dare and move on to a Thriller though?
Let's do it. Who's going first this time?
I'll go first.
Go for it.
Girl is mine. Bye. See you later. See ya. Need I even explain? I know people love the whole. Well, do they? No one loves.
No, I don't. I genuinely don't know a person that enjoys that. Again, really Paul McCartney vibes.
I feel like Girl Is Mine. I never listened to it anyway, and if it was removed from the album, I wouldn't cry about it.
Michael was like, let's tease a bitch. Let's put out The Girl Is Mine. And like, I know obviously you've got songs like Thriller and Beat It and Billie Jean, and it's hard. But Michael's like, let me tease you with this.
I don't know how this is going to go down, but I actually think at least one of you will also have this. My second boot was Wannabe.
You are absolutely correct. My two were The Girl Is Mine and Wannabe Starting Something.
Yep, mine too.
No way!
No, genuinely.
3 for 3.
Yep.
That's surprising. I thought we were going to fight over this, but there was honestly, looking at it, there was no other option.
I have to say this though. I do like Wannabe sometimes, especially if I've had couple and it's playing in the club. Straight on the dance floor. But I think it would have saved a lot of performances. We could have dropped it out of History Tour and we could have opened This Is It with something else, but anyway, it was too much every tour.
Well, Thriller was easy. I mean, I was looking at the list and I was like, it's not going to be Baby Be Mine, it's not going to be Thriller, it's not going to be Beat It, not going to be Billie Jean, not going to be Human Nature, not going to be PYT, and not going to be Lady of My Life. So want to be going. Right, Ilya, you can go first. What are your two picks from the Bad album?
This is where the war starts, okay? Because and Charlotte, exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so my first song I would kick off Bad album is Just Good Friends featuring Stevie Wonder.
Me too.
I still, from the first listen to now, after however many years later, I still feel the same about that song. It's an immediate skip. How do you feel about that, Pez?
He's left the building.
That's literally how I feel about that. And I am going to stick it here so that it can remain permanent throughout.
There's no justice for Just Good Friends needed.
Listen, you wanted justice for Debbie Rowe, so you're not in a position to discuss justice.
Your thoughts?
No, I agree. That was the first one I would kick off Bad, which I would say was the hardest album to kick a song off of.
Yeah.
Actually, when I looked at the track list today, I was like, I expected it to be hard, but I looked at it and I was like, meh. So that brings me to my second choice. Only Another Duet on the album.
No.
I'm sorry, but I just can't stop loving you, can't stop. Because I don't listen to that song.
I'm same. I booted it.
What?
Yep.
Wait a minute. What was your other bit, Pez?
Right, so I need to explain this first because
this is how you know it's bad.
It is. First and foremost, I feel that suddenly everybody's got a bit brave since the Spike Lee documentary to start hating on Just Good Friends, because there was never this slander before Spike decided to slag it off in the documentary, which I think was uncalled for, purely because when you see that footage of Michael and Stevie Wonder, it's uncontested to me. It's incredible. And it's just a great vibe song. It really is. It just kicks in and it's like they're just having fun and they're just going at it. It didn't need to be some big like Michael and Stevie Wonder. It's just great. I mean, what's the alternative? Michael and Paul McCartney. And I don't care if the Paul McCartney fans cancel me because I don't care about you. But I love Just Good Friends, so I'm not kicking it off. So my first choice was I Just Can't Stop Loving You, because as you say, Shah, it was one of the hardest albums to do, but something had to go. And again, first single from the album, and just had to go. And the second song I chose to boot off, and I love this song, and I love the short film, but I had to pick, is Bad. And the reason I chose Bad is because I think lyrically it's the weakest on the album.
Let me get back to Just Good Friends spot. I'm happy they had fun. They should have kept it on the shelf. That would be a good memory on the shelf, not on the Bad album, where it just does not fit the vibe at all.
I can't get behind this with Bad, because if we take Bad off the Bad album, that means we live in a universe where the Bad video doesn't exist, and that's not a happy place.
Mm-mm.
Listen, I told you I like it. I love Bad as a song, but when I had to pick lyrically, read the lyrics, read them, recite me the chorus. Don't sing it, say it.
I'm bad, really, really bad. Come on.
Keep going.
I get it. But there was another song that was a easier boot than that.
Right. So if you were me, and you know I'm not picking Just Good Friends, what would you have chosen as my second choice?
I have my second choice, and this is the appropriate.
No,
song.
I'm asking you what you would have chosen as my second choice if it wasn't Just Good Friends. Oh, suddenly there is quiet in the court.
Because I know I'm gonna get hated for this.
Say it.
Speed Demon.
Bye, Shah.
There was no way.
Speed Demon, goodbye. Nope. I'm sorry. You don't tell me that on just some good day when you're listening to Michael, you sit through the entirety of Speed Demon.
All the time, literally. And that's not even an exaggeration. I love Speed Demon. I will not have this slander.
No,
to me,
it's too.
Speed Demon, okay, it's cute. I love it in the film. I don't listen to it with the film.
It's my gym song, okay? It's good with cardio.
I will say it was my favourite on The Experience, the Wii game.
No, you don't get to have it as your favourite on The Experience anymore.
Oh right, well that's fine. You don't get to enjoy the privileges of the Bad video and all that come with it then.
So
it was the only other choice. Sorry, it was.
Moving on. So now to everybody's favourite album.
Sorry, wait a minute. I've just
apparently not. We're going back.
I've just thought of another point. Bad. Your reason for Bad was that it's lyrically weak. I Just Can't Stop Loving You is lyrically stunning. Oh my god.
It is good.
Okay.
It is good.
Right. I'm gonna need everyone in the comments who's usually got something to say to just jump in right now.
I'm just not feeling that song like ever.
Oh, okay, well.
Maybe February 14th accidentally will play it.
Shah's at home like, I'm so proud to say I love you.
Why,
if you know it, you know
why,
it.
Why? Okay, moving on.
So, to the world's favourite album, the best album ever made, musically stunning, lyrically stunning, almost impossible. It's Dangerous. And this was kind of, for me, with Dangerous, because it's my favourite album, because it's the best album in the world. it was actually one song was really easy to boot, and the other was quite hard. So my first one to boot was Gone Too Soon. And that's not because I'm like, I hate Gone Too Soon, but it was just because since Michael's passed away, I haven't listened to that song. I don't think I ever will again. I just can't bring myself to hear that song. So it just has a different meaning for me now. And therefore, it was an easy kind of boot. What's your first? I want to know your first before I go to my second.
My first was also Going Too Soon for the exact same reason. It's just far too sad to listen to.
I agree. And also another reason for it is that I think it should have been released separately out of Dangerous album. So yeah, Gone Too Soon can go.
What you mean, like as a standalone tribute single?
Standalone, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and someone put your hand out, could have gone on instead.
Yes. Yeah.
I have a feeling you heifers are going to say keep the faith, and then we're going to have war. But
I'm insulted that you think I would actually kick that off. That's one of my favorites, you shady fucking bitch. That is...
Well, you never know with you. You booted Speed Demon off, so.
Oh, shut up! Bad. I'm really bad, and it's the best. It's better than Speed Demon.
Fine. So I really struggled with this because I love Dangerous, and I actually chose Black or White.
Me too.
You did?
Yes.
We can cancel ourselves together. I'll make cakes.
I was going to say, everybody watching, please leave a comment for these heifers out here talking nonsense. One of the most iconic pop songs ever made. And you want it off the album.
Okay. First I'll let Pez explain and then I'll explain.
Fine, I'll explain. So the reason I chose Black or White is because Black or White is the kind of last song that's got elements of the Bad era sound in it. Whereas Dangerous, like if you compare Black or White to Remember the Time is like really R&B, whereas Black or White's still got that kind of bad percussion-y crossover sound. And so when I looked at the album, because we're booting a song off the album, not from Existence, I felt that Black or White probably didn't fit as well on Dangerous in comparison to other songs. But I do love Black or White. It's not that I don't like it. It just, I had to pick a second. Now, Char.
Black or White for me. Now, I once again, I love it. Like, this is not Black or White slander because I will not tolerate that. However, again, it's the one I'm most likely to skip. That's just it. If I am listening to the Dangerous album other than the obvious, which has Gone Too Soon, most likely I would skip Black or White, and that is for no other reason other than I'm likely to hear that on the radio. I'm likely to hear that out and about. I'm so Elliot, I don't know why you're shaking your head because I know you're just going to come up with some utter garbage as your answer.
Well, let's see what Saint Ilya of Mazani has to say if he's not going to kick up the same as us.
Other than you two, there is absolutely no one that will agree with you two. So I don't know what you're talking about.
This is pretty confident talk from someone who's literally about to get cancelled for the third time this week.
Can't Let Her Get Away Off. Why is that song on that album? Like, what was the reason? Why do we have no?
Casting call, we're looking for a third member of the Big MJ debate.
I said what I said. At least it's not first single of the album.
You're a mess. Sitting over there, drinking, insulting the album.
What about that song deserves to be cut? What about it?
I don't know. I'll start it. I'm like, okay, this is a good song. And then it gets to the certain point where I'm like, okay, fine, it's the same. Let's just.
Oh my God, you have said some pretty stupid things in the time that I've known you, but this is up there.
Whatever. You kicked off Speed Demon, so shush.
Can't Let Her Get Away. This is criminal.
So is Speed Demon.
Oh my god, no, I'm sorry. That is insane. That's like
Speed Demon has structure.
Pez, are you allowing that? Are you actually allowing that?
Listen,
No. Okay, I don't hate Can't Let Her Get Away. I just couldn't find anything else to kick off.
yeah, you do. Yeah, you know, you said it with your chest. You were like, at least Speed Demon has structure, which would suggest that Can't Let Her Away doesn't.
No, I think it's too long for me. And I do seem to skip that song over any other on the album.
Doesn't have structure.
So let's move on. Whatever.
Let's not move on. Let's stay right here. You were the one that didn't like Give In To Me. We're going to bring that time up. You didn't like Give In To Me. You didn't like. You're now slandering Can't Let Her Get Away. All of these good songs are coming all too easy to you to slander. So
guys got rid of Black or White. I know I'm alone in this right now, but comment section will not. I will not be alone there.
At least when we said Black or White, we gave a reason. We both said we still love the song, but we gave reasons as to why over other songs it would be Black or White. You just came out straight with hate for I Just Can't Let Her Get Away. Say I don't like it. It's too long. I skip it. At least we never said that about Black or White. We just said, well, I did. I think Shah said she skips it.
I just skip it.
Fully will say with my chest. Well, yeah, I do skip. I Can't Let Her Get Away.
You're going to need to put your Twitter on private for the foreseeable future.
I genuinely don't think people love I Can't Let Her Get Away that much either. So we'll see.
I'm sorry, but this is insane behavior.
More insane than Speed Demon?
Yes, actually, yes.
Pez, where was this energy when this one kept booted off Speed Demon?
I gave it to her. But okay. I agree. As Dangerous is my favorite album and Bad is my second favorite album, I am more precious for Dangerous. And therefore, if you're coming for Can't Let Her Get Away, I'm coming for you. Ilya's address will be posted in the comments below.
I didn't even know Bad was your second favorite.
As a complete album, Bad is better than History, which is why Bad goes second, History goes third. Off the Wall goes fourth. I agree,
but I have too much attachment to History because that was my first Michael album. So,
which leads us nicely into History. So, I think we can all agree on the first song that's getting the boot. After 3, 1, 2, 3, Little Susie. Charlotte, you're in black shot.
Useless.
Never mind. We can reshoot.
She's still in shock from I Can't Let Her Get Away horror.
I'm not going to sleep tonight.
Okay, so clearly we have a difference in opinion. So Shah, why don't you go first with your 2 from History?
My other one actually was Little Susie. Little Susie, simply because, do you know what? I will say, as I've maybe gotten older, I can appreciate it for being a kind of scary moment. I think it's artistic, but I don't want to listen to it.
A scary moment. It's quite a tragic song. What?
No, but it's scary. Right. Okay. Remember iPod, like when iPod first came out and it was those wee tiny ones? I can't remember what they were called. They had them on all the different. But anyway, I used to fall asleep listening to music when I was really young. And I remember waking up in a dark room, middle of the night, my headphones were still in, but I obviously had forgotten as I just woke up out of a sleep. And all I could hear was la 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 la. I screamed and cried, and it's never been the same since. So due to tragic memories and inflicted trauma, Little Susie is off my album.
I agree. I booted Little Susie off. Funnily enough, when I wrote my book about history, and I had to listen to Little Susie a lot, especially when I was writing the Little Susie chapter, and I came to have a newfound appreciation for it. I really did, where I just flat out disliked it before I had a new appreciation for it. But I just think it's more kind of like, it's a soundtrack. It should have been like you mentioned, Ilya, with Gone Too Soon. I feel like Little Susie should have been like on a soundtrack somewhere, not on your mainstream album. This was the guy that said, if you remember, oh, nowadays all these artists just make filler songs for an album. They pick like the 3 singles and they just pack the album out with filler songs. Every song on the album should be a potential single. Little Susie is not that. And to be honest, I feel like that's where that shift happened in his career, where that approach to it wasn't there anymore, because Little Susie is not single material. It's getting the boot. What say you, Mizani? I hear you agree.
No, I definitely agree. I think it just makes no sense, especially right after History. My second song, on the other hand, is now this song I love, especially when 6-year-old Ilya was listening to it. He couldn't understand a thing what he was saying. So I used to love this song. I still do, but I chose this song over Childhood because I have new love for Childhood since the new footage leaked. So I went for, please don't kill me, but I went for DS.
Fuck off. No.
Are you?
Give me a second.
You're going to need more than a sec, because it's your last sec.
Give me a sec. I don't think, as much as he covered it up, the name, I don't think he deserves to be on Michael's album. Okay? I love the song. I always love the song. I don't think it should be.
Shah, who's taking him to church? Is it me or is it you?
Well, you can go right ahead. I'll finish off. I'll finish off after.
Right. DS, because I'm gonna get to this. Michael had to fight.
He should have listened. He should have listened. I think
no, he should not.
No.
And here's why, because I'm about to throw down. That man needed his voice and he needed his say. And DS was that voice and that say. That fucker went around saying whatever he liked about Michael and the press lapped it up, the media lapped it up. He held huge press conferences talking shit about Michael. And this is Michael's one shot to go back and say, your mum's a bitch. And I think
album?
On the album, because it's talking about, this is the one time on this record that he finally got to have his voice with no one telling him, you can't say this, you can't do it that way. And with DS, they did. Bruce Swedian told him he shouldn't do it. People from Sony told him he shouldn't do it. And he argued them. And people that interviewed for my book told me he was arguing and was like, no, this has to go on my record. I have to have my say. And so for me, that song, no.
Go do an interview, just like you did.
No.
And explain yourself. No. Explain yourself, which he should have done. But I just don't think his name belongs. The man that literally trashed him does not get to be on his album. I'm sorry. I don't think he deserves to be on the album.
Right, not to drag Michael, but was explaining himself in interviews his greatest asset? Do you honestly believe he would have done better than that song in an interview? No,
and equally, would an interviewer have allowed him the space to say what he wanted to say?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he decided to, he could have found someone. Anyway, that's not the point. I just don't think the name deserves to be on the album. That's all that is.
I get where you're coming from with that. I do understand what you're saying, but I think it's so important that plus he gave us an anthem. Like when he came back to London in 2005 after the trial, when he came to London in October and we chanted DS up at that window, he nearly fell out of the window, punching his fist in the air. He was like, yes. He gave us an anthem to sing with him, to be like, we're in this with you. No, DS for me, no, DS is going nowhere.
It is a great song. I love that song. Yeah, I hope people understand where I'm coming from. But yeah.
Between your choice for Dangerous and this, it's not looking good for you.
Uh,
My second choice for history to boot off was You Are Not Alone. Um, I don't really care for it that much. To be honest, it was a toss-up between Childhood and You Are Not Alone. And I really thought about it. And I don't listen to Childhood. I barely ever listen to Childhood. But I do think, based on what I just testified about history, about DS, I think with Childhood, that song is what he really felt about his life and his experience. And so in terms of having that voice exist, I couldn't take that away. Whether I like it or not, that is his voice on how he felt and his experience, and I'm not gonna take that away from him. So You Were Not Alone, I was like, on your bike, get out.
Okay, so my second choice was Childhood. And that is actually, as Alia mentioned, I really did gain a new appreciation for it when I saw the leaked footage, when I saw Michael singing it. And I get what you're saying about giving him a voice, I really do. However, but like what you said, Piz, process of elimination, I couldn't get rid of You're Not Alone, couldn't get rid of DS, couldn't get rid of This Time Around. I love You're Not Alone. You're Not Alone is a special song to me. Childhood, I love that Michael was so free on it and he really kind of poured his heart into that song, but I can't imagine the History album without any other. So unfortunately, Childhood just had to go.
So now we move on to an album that Ilya never fails to insult. It's Blood on the Dance Floor.
no. Okay, here's the thing, right? I just think Blood would have been better as 5 songs. EP. Is it EP or EP, doesn't it? Yeah. I just think would have been much cooler. That's all.
So the challenge for this one was to pick one of the new songs and one remix at each to kick off the record. Who dares go first?
Fine. So when we spoke about this episode, I had I chose a different song. But
Tell everyone what you chose.
I have changed my mind. Because I actually like it was Is It Scary? I said it first, but I actually like Is It Scary more than Superfly Sister, so I don't know why.
You can go and sit with Seb. Fuck off.
We're limited to 5 songs, so I just thought Is It Scary can go, but no, I actually listen to Is It Scary more than Superfly Sister. And my other remix would be You're Not Alone, because I just dislike it. I just don't like the remix, that's all. Who's next?
Your two were the same as mine, actually. Superfly Sister is an amazing song, and it is one of my faves, but when I put it up against the other 4, it isn't as strong. And I love Superfly Sister, and I say this as a Superfly Sister lover. Sure, hold on. I say this as a Superfly Sister lover, but I listened to all 5 yesterday, and it is not as complete a record as Blood on the Dance Floor, which is top 3 best songs he's ever done, Morphine, which is amazing, Ghost, and Is It Scary? They're just more complete songs. And Superfly Sister feels more like a demo, and for that reason is why I picked Superfly Sister. And You Were Not Alone, I booted that remix because it's bloody awful. And if I was going to boot it for the main album, I might as well boot the remix as well. So, go on then, Sean. What was your 2, and what do you have to say?
Right, I'll start with my remix because, and do you know what? I don't care if I get dragged. Drag me for this. The only remix on that album worth listening to is Tony Moran's History Lesson. Argue with the Wall. I won't even reply to your comments. Secondly, I hated having to choose one of these songs. I hated it. It was so hard to choose one of the 5 from Blood. I love this song so much. Like, it's probably one of my most played Michael songs, but I have good reason for deleting this. I would delete Morphine. And I know that's controversial, but the only reason apart from the fact that I love the other four so much, is because I hate the Demerol interlude. I find it sad and eerie to listen to, and it's hard to listen to, and it really makes me quite emotional sometimes. So I chose to take away morphine.
See, it was a toss up for me between Morphine and Superfly, and the reason I obviously gave Superfly is the reason I booted Superfly. But when I listened to Morphine again yesterday, I was thinking, like, do you know what? This song really feels buried in his catalogue, and it's so vital. But I do understand why you picked it, because Blood on the Dance Floor is non-negotiable as a song. That is the staying put. And Ghost and Is It Scary are just perfection. So it was tough. And what was your remix?
Money Fire Island. Bye. I will not miss
bye
it.
to you.
I won't
Bye
miss
to
it.
you.
Literally,
Stream
Pez,
Tony Moran's history lesson and don't
Pez.
stream anything else.
Pez, remove her, please.
You better watch your fucking step, Alia, because you're
Whatever.
on thin. You're on
Whatever.
thin ice.
Y'all couldn't handle my opinions, so you know.
Can I just say, like, looking at Blood, how are you picking Money when there is 7.5 minutes of Earth Song with about 3 minutes at the beginning of birds cheeping in a tree?
Listen, as I've said, I couldn't give two hoots about any of those remixes apart from Tony Moran's history lesson. Now, if anyone would like to gun for any of the other ones, then go ahead, but they're not worth listening to.
I'm gunning for some other ones because Money is amazing. Too Bad remix is amazing. Yeah.
Amazing is a gush if I've ever heard a gush in my life. No, no, and no.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about Scream?
Wait, before we move on from Money. I prefer Money remix than original, so give it to me.
No,
give it.
Just, do you know what? I have nothing else to say to you apart from honestly just get fucked.
To be honest, I like both, so I've got no complaint there.
I mean, putting off a remix was not difficult for me. Probably the easiest part of the whole process.
Yeah, because You Are Not Alone is just pish on that record. So, moving on. So we move on to Invincible.
Oh, I love that.
So can we just agree on the first song that we will boot off? We say it together after 3. 1, 2, 3. The Lost Children.
The Lost Children. Elliot, you agree?
Ilya, did you just say The Lost Children?
Oh, fuck off.
Really?
No, fully.
You have repped for Lost Children since I've known you, and so now you even ruined a garden party that I had by going on and on about it. So now you need to explain why you boot it.
I just think it's awful in every way. So
sorry. Who arguing? What have you done with Elia?
I never loved the song, and I would never go and like, oh yeah, let me play this song. But back then, I was trying to point that I wasn't the worst, but I think it is because I disliked another song before more than the Lost Children.
Okay, so what is your second choice then? Because I feel like you're trying to justify something you can't justify yourself. So.
Oh my god, I absolutely loathe Cry. The soon as that,
yes, mine was the same.
Stranger in Moscow sample, I'm just skip like aggressively.
And again, because you know I love a lyric and I love to explore a lyric. Cry is just lyrically rubbish. Should we all cry at the same time tonight?
No, and then they made it even better by releasing that music video of everybody holding.
Oh no.
I am convinced he is sat in one of those trees. I'm convinced.
You're trying to find him, like.
I'm actually surprised we all agreed on that, but also there was no other options. I mean, that's never stopped Elia before.
I mean, what? No, wait. What I'm confused about is that Sony kind of had to pick the next single, right? And out of everything that's on that album, they went with Cry? Like, what? Huh?
Yeah, but we all know why, because they didn't want the album to sell.
Yeah, it was
And
a
so they were
setup.
like, let's put out a rubbish single, because I remember when I bought the CD single, and obviously you had the video on it as well, which I was watching on my PC.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, okay, Cry, yeah, good, great. Oh, it's the Eye again as a single cover, yeah, great. And then when I heard Shout, I was like,
Mhm.
and that the only reason Cry deserved to be a single is because we got Shout as a B-side.
B-side, yeah.
Look, although we kind of skimmed over it. Pez, why did you say Lost Children?
A bit for me, it's very Little Susie-esque again. It's that whole like, okay, this is like maybe film scorey, and I just, again, lyrically, we pray for our fathers, pray for our mothers, wishing our families well. Cool. And then what's the next bit? Like, then it emerges like, we sing songs for the wishing for those who are kissing, but not from the missing. And I'm like, did we just get a rhyming dictionary and just put ing, ing, ing on the end? I know loads of fans love this, and I know whenever we talk about it online, we get dragged because we're meant to love everything that Michael did. If you were listening to that album, but you've just finished Cry, and then you've just completed Lost Children, if you complete those, and then you go into Whatever Happens Unthreatened, which are two of the best songs on the record, it was like, don't preload these incredible tracks with these two.
I also think
yeah.
like with Invincible, I can kind of categorize the songs into, say, genres. So we have like the R&B genre where we've got Rock My World, Butterflies, Break of Dawn, Heaven Can Wait. Then we've got the like dance, like almost like just like real angry Michael, like threatened, dancing like Heartbreaker, all that. And I just feel like the Lost Children and Cry just don't fit anywhere.
So, Charles, why did you choose Cry and Lost Children?
Because, well, as I said, I feel like they just don't really fit on the album. The Lost Children I literally never listened to. The only good thing to ever come from the Lost Children is the clip of Michael, Paris and Prince in the house putting away the jigsaw, and he's trying to get them to sing it, but it's like they're not really playing, but it's a cute moment.
Even they're like, no, Dad.
I feel like here he goes again. No, it's cute, but I never listened to it. And honestly, I think it's one of Michael's weakest songs. I really do. I don't have a lot to say about it. That's not me saying it's bad. I just think it's weak. And I don't really know what he was going for. Like, was it? I guess he was saying missing people are forgotten about.
Yeah, I know, but pick a moment to say that. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like,
I know.
You've got this great comeback R&B dance record, and you chuck a random message towards the end.
I agree. Cry, another one. I just hate the video. I don't hate the song. I just don't really like it. Never listened to it. There's just so many songs on Invincible that just rank so highly in terms of Michael's whole discography that I just couldn't really take anything else off of there.
What would you say was the hardest album to do from this selection?
Off the Wall. Surprisingly for me was Off the Wall. When I looked at the album, I was like, what on earth am I supposed to get rid of? But yeah, I just went through it and I was like, yep, love it. Love this song. Can't do it. Nope. Yep. I don't know. What about you guys?
Blood on the Dance Floor was my hardest. I found the picking between those 5 songs at the beginning was just impossible.
I say Bad, just simply because I feel like if you take one song off it, it does change the whole album. So I find that difficult.
But you'd take Speak Demon off, so there is that.
Yeah, I would. Anyway.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you didn't, I'm sure you will let us know. Make sure you like, subscribe, and possibly share. Peace.
Justice for DS and Just Good Friends.
Just Just good. No, not. Just stop squeezing just good friends in there.
Na, 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 na.
Mute, Pez Jack, mute Pez Jack.
You can shut your speed demon mouth. I don't know what you're laughing at. DS.